Hi everyone, in this new session, we will learn about implementation of linked list in C++. So let's start. So here we are given three nodes and we have to connect each other such that the node which contains the data element 2 should be the head and the node which contains the data element S4 should be the last node, and we have to connect these nodes. So after connecting, what will our linked list look like? 2 will store the address of node 3, 3 will store the address of node which contains the data element S4, and in the 4 the address will be stored as null, and the first node will be the head of our linked list. So before seeing the implementation, I would suggest that you pause the video and try to write a C++ program that creates linked list which connects these three nodes. Your program should create three dynamically allocated nodes and it should link these nodes with each other. So let's see the implementation now. Here we are using structure to represent node. We need to have a mixed or heterogeneous data types to be stored in one place, so that is why we are using structure here. You can use class also. The first thing is data here and other thing is address of the next node. The data type of data is integer. You can have any other data type also. Here we are using this for simplicity purpose. The next part is interesting, that is you have a pointer which has a data type same as structure. Such structures are called as self-referential structures. Here, the reason for having self-referential structure is that every node needs to have an address of the next node and the data type of next node is same as current node. That is why we have a self-referential data structure or self-referential structure. The next thing we can see here is constructor. Since we are programming in C++, we use the constructor to initialize the node. So here we could write any other function also, but using the constructor is better because it makes the programming better. So in constructor, it takes an integer type of value as an input and it initializes the data with integer value and initializes the next as null. So this is how we represent our node in a linked list. Now we have the main function in which we create the head node first and we put the data 2 into it. So when we create the head node, it creates nodes in memory and you get the address of this node in your head pointer. So let's see how it looks. So here memory is allocated and the address is stored at head node. Now next we create node with value 3, and when we create this node 3, dynamic memory is allocated for this and you get address of this node in variable tp1. So let's see how it looks now. And the address is stored in tp1. So now next thing we are doing is we are creating the third node with value 4 and this creates node 4 with address being given in tp2. So we have address in tp2. So now we have three nodes which are not connected to each other, and here next of all three node is null and we have address of these three nodes in head, tp1 and tp2. Here purpose of showing this is that head might be anywhere. It should not be in increasing order of memory or any order. It can be in anywhere. So now let's see how we will link these nodes. So now we have to perform the linking. So how we will perform it? Here it says head of next will store the address of tp1. So what will come here? The address 8000. Now in the very next line it says tp1 of next will store the address of tp2. So what will come here? It will be 2000, and as we are not initializing anything in tp2's address, so it will be null only. Finally, head has the address of your first node and next pointer of this node is 8000, and at address 8000 we have value 3 and address of the next node as 2000, and now at address 2000 we have value 4 and address of the next node as null. This is how we create linked list of 3 nodes.